other applications. So here in the main components of the Unix operating system is kernel, shell and GUIs, files and process, systems calls. These are the four main components of the Unix architecture. So what is meant by kernel? Kernel, what is meant by kernel? So here and here kernel acts as an interface, acts as an intermediate between what user and the hardware, or hardware and the shell, or application programs. Means here kernel it is an interface with kernel it is an interface between the user and shell or application and other user programming. And here kernel it is a low level program interfacing with an hardware on top that which applications are running. Low level language means why we are using low level program. Low level program means that code it will be understand to the directly to the machines. It is an kernel is interfacing with an hardware. Means why? Because it mainly deals with an hardware here kernels, and on the top which on that hardware we are running an applications. And here the Linux kernel includes device driver support for a large number of PC hardwares, and here it supports the PC hardware devices, advanced processor and memory management features. And here the tasks that performed by the kernel are input output managers. It means it manages the input output devices, then process of management, device management, file management and memory management. And here kernel is the one of the core of the operating system. Core means it is a main part of the operating system, and it collects the routines, and it is mainly written in a C programming. No talking. And it here once the system is loaded, the kernel it will be when the system is on or a booting, it will be loaded into a memory. Kernel is loaded into a memory and communicates directly with a hardware. Understood? When once the computer is on or a system is on, the kernel will be loaded into a memory and it directly will communicate with a hardware. And user application that need the access hardware user services, these programs are kernel through the set of function called as a system calls. Means if it is loaded into a hardware, sorry, it is loaded into a memory and it communicates with a hardware. If you want to communicate with this hardware or any application programming, we have to request a service through system call. That is called as a system call. Here system call means it is a requesting a service from the operating system or from the kernel. Understood? So through the system calls we are going to communicate with a kernel. And here it is also performs the scheduled processing. Kernel performs the functions like managing the system's memory management, then scheduling the process. Scheduling the process means based on the process timings and the size, how much it will take time. Based on this, it will be scheduled. Means one after the another you have to execute. Then decided their priorities. Decided the and here kernel will decided the process or a process priorities. Priority means which process will be first will be executed, and it will also decide which process should be executed first. Kernel will decide. Then again the next is a shell. Shell, what is meant by shell? Shell it is a program and environment provided for a user interaction. User interaction, I already told, it is a command language interpreter. Means if you are, the system call is a request. System call is a request, where so shell is an environment or an interpreter that conveys. If you give a command, that it will check the commands and conveys that message to the kernel. After that, kernel what will we do? It will again execute the command according to the user requirements. Shell, it is a command language interpreter or a command line interpreter that executes the commands read from the standard input device or from a file. So where here shell, it will read the input. If you want to give a command, means it is a one input, right? There is no chocolate. For example, if you want to date, you want a current date, okay, you will give the command called a date. If you want a current date, just if you give the date command, it will show the current time. If you want to the particular date, like a date and time, we can give the 14/10/2020. It will show the date of that in the form in calendar form. That is date 10/2022. This is an input. Okay, so the shell, it will reach the input. We are giving the input through the keyboard, right? So it reads the input from the keyboard or in other files. We can also give the files as an input. Okay, means for a file, why we are giving the files? Maybe we want to segregate some data that file, or we want to delete that file. So we can give the files as an input to the shell. And here, your system and Linux supports the two forms of a command input, through the textual command line shells and through the graphical interfaces. So next is an files and process. So what is meant by file? What is meant by file? What is meant by file? File, it is a collection of information or a collection of bytes. You know, it contains virtually anything. Means it can file in that oil. Either you talk, I will talk. File means it collection of bytes. It contains virtually anything, any information or any notes, anything the information is present. And here, why the file is important in operating system? It is also one of the entity, right? It supports the Unix file system and process. To execute any commands or to any run an application, we need files, right? You'll also execute operating system labs alla ಮಾಡಿದಿರಲ್ವೇನ್ರಿ. So here file. Tell me what is meant by file. It is a collection of bytes that contains virtually anything or any information. And here how we are going to store files in the Unix operating system means it is a hierarchical form. What is meant by hierarchical? In order we are going to arrange, right? So means one file, it is connected to another file. Maybe where is location, maybe in a root or in a CD drive or in a DD drive. We want to location of that file. And here file is with the reference of it is necessary to locate a file within a reference to a